Imagine carrying 25 clients a week at $150 a session. If a surprise audit hits and your license lapses for 6 weeks from missing paperwork, you lose $22,500 in revenue. This happens regularly because there is no single national standard for continuing education in mental health. Every state licensing board sets entirely different rules. To fix this, we are going to build your personalized, bulletproof continuing education tracking checklist. Then, we will subject your current documentation to a 7-point audit to see where it breaks down. Step 1 is establishing your baseline. Grab a piece of paper and write down a physical list of every state where you currently hold an active license. With your list in hand, locate the specific rules for your exact state and license tier. If you hold an associate or provisional license, do not assume your requirements match the fully licensed tier. They rarely do. This geometric framework represents the 3 variables that calculate your exact continuing education burden. We start with the base, the total hours required per cycle. The second number forms the left side, your renewal cycle length. Most states operate on a 24-month biennial cycle, but states like Michigan and Arkansas operate on 36 or 12-month schedules. Finally, the right side completes the shape, the strict ethics requirement embedded inside your total hours. The intersection of these 3 numbers provides your exact annual workload. For example, if you live in a biennial 40-hour state with a 6-hour ethics mandate, you need 20 hours per year, including a dedicated ethics course. Extracting these 3 exact numbers is the only way to accurately dictate your pacing for the year. It allows you to schedule courses methodically and avoid the high-stress, last-minute renewal rush. Ethics is a universal requirement, but most states mandate additional specialty topics. Washington dictates suicide prevention, while Virginia requires cultural competency. If you hold licenses in multiple states, look at this Venn diagram. By identifying and prioritizing high overlap topics, a single approved cultural competency course satisfies requirements in Oregon, Ohio, and Virginia in a single sitting. However, you must isolate highly specific single-state mandates, like Florida's 2-hour medical errors requirement, into a completely separate tracking checklist. Next, verify your state's digital learning caps. Maryland, for instance, strictly limits online learning to 50% of your total requirement. Even when you find a course that fits your topic needs, do not purchase it based on the title. You must validate the governing approval organization first. The organizations that cover the vast majority of the country are the NBCC for counselors and the ASWB for social workers. A course's specific approval organization acronym is the sole metric a state board recognizes. Without the right letters attached, the course title is entirely irrelevant to your compliance. Now we subject your current tracking system to an audit. These are the 7 structural vulnerabilities that cause therapists to fail state board reviews. Red flag 1 is the associate trap. This occurs when you log hours that misalign with the specific rules for provisional or associate tiers. Red flag 2 is the hidden topic gap, where you complete your total hours but miss a hyper-specific state mandate, like HIV or domestic violence training. Red flag 3 is the online cap violation, which triggers the moment your logged digital hours exceed your state's maximum allowed limit. Red flags 4 and 5 are the wrong acronym, completing a course that lacks your board's required approval body, and the carryover myth, assuming your excess hours will roll over into a clean slate cycle. In most states, they evaporate. Red flag 6 is the spreadsheet failure. You have the math perfectly calculated in a grid, but you lack the exact PDF certificate to prove those hours when asked. Red flag 7 is the binder liability. A physical folder full of printed certificates cannot be submitted rapidly or securely during a digital board audit. Successfully completing your educational hours means nothing if your underlying documentation cannot survive these 7 structural stress tests. At any moment, you should be able to answer 3 questions. How many hours do you still need? Which mandatory topics are you missing? And where are your certificates if the board requests them tomorrow? If you cannot answer those instantly, you need to migrate away from fragile, static spreadsheets and physical binders into a centralized digital system. This is the HYR Growth Tracker dashboard. A dedicated tracking tool auto-classifies your uploaded certificates, tracks requirements state by state, warns you of missing topics, and generates a clean, audit-ready report on demand. Transitioning to an automated platform shifts your energy away from administrative panic and directs it back toward professional development and client care. You now have your 3 baseline numbers, a strategy for cross-state overlap, and a checklist to audit your tracking vulnerabilities. Right now, open your calendar and set non-negotiable reminders at the 6, 3, and 1 month marks before your next renewal deadline. Then use the link in the description to access our State Requirement Hub and locate the exact baseline numbers for your specific license. If your current tracking method failed the red flag audit today, click the link below to start a 14-day free trial of HYR Growth Tracker. The most successful multi-state therapists do not rely on an exceptional memory to maintain compliance. They rely on bulletproof systems.